Have you ever looked at your cats and thought, why do they behave like they come from different planets? One struts across the room like a little warrior, while the other quietly claims the best spot without a sound. These aren't just personality quirks. They're instinctual behaviors shaped by their biology and evolution. Let's start with male cats. They often carry themselves with the confidence of a guardian. Their behavior is fueled by a deep-rooted instinct to protect what they consider theirs. Even though your house might be calm and cozy, your male cat still sees it as a place to secure. He might pace near windows, stand watch at doors, or react quickly to unfamiliar sounds. This protective drive isn't random. It's tied to natural hormone levels, especially testosterone, which increases their urge to patrol and assert dominance. One of the clearest signs of this instinct is scent marking. When a male cat sprays, it's not about poor manners. It's his way of leaving a bold, invisible signpost that reads, "Occupied." While frustrating for owners, this is a natural method of communication. Thankfully, there are ways to help reduce it. Neutering is one of the most effective steps, as it lowers the hormones behind the urge. Providing personal spaces for each cat, separate bowls, litter boxes, and sleeping areas, also reduces the need for territorial behavior. Calming pheromone diffusers can make a big difference, especially in shared environments. Female cats, on the other hand, prefer a quieter form of control. Instead of marking corners or picking fights, they rule from above, literally. If there's a high shelf, a ledge, or the top of the fridge available, she'll likely be there, calmly watching everything below. This behavior isn't random either. In the wild, elevated spaces offered safety and better awareness of surroundings. It's a habit that still plays out in living rooms today. But dominance among female cats isn't just about where they sit. It shows in subtle movements, blocking a hallway with quiet confidence, sliding into a favorite nap spot before others, or communicating through long, steady eye contact. Sometimes it's just a gentle tail flick or a light tap. Small gestures, but in feline society, they speak volumes. Understanding these gender-based instincts helps prevent household conflicts. Female cats thrive when they have access to vertical spaces and cozy retreats. Male cats feel more secure when their boundaries are respected and their need to explore is met. Instead of expecting all cats to behave the same, working with their natural tendencies leads to a more peaceful, respectful home for everyone, feline and human alike. Some cats shower you with love the second you walk through the door, while others act like royalty, granting you brief moments of grace, if you're lucky. This contrast often has less to do with mood and more to do with their biological wiring. When it comes to how cats show affection and interact with humans, males and females tend to follow different emotional blueprints. Male cats are typically the social butterflies of the feline world. They're often the first to approach, rubbing up against your legs or plopping onto your lap like they own the place. Their behavior reflects a natural ease with physical contact and attention. Why? In the wild, males don't carry the burden of raising kittens. They're free to roam, rest, and form alliances. That freedom allows them to become naturally more relaxed and outgoing, traits that often show up in their relationships with humans. A male cat might greet you at the door, headbutt you during dinner, or loudly demand attention with a purr that sounds like a tractor engine. These displays aren't random. They reflect a personality shaped by instinct and experience. They thrive on engagement and rarely hesitate to seek it out. This makes them easier to bond with for many cat owners, especially those who enjoy constant interaction. Female cats, on the other hand, tend to take a more cautious and reserved approach. Their instincts tell them to observe first, interact later. It's not that they don't feel affection, it's that they prefer to offer it on their own terms. In nature, female cats are solitary hunters and protective mothers, roles that demand constant vigilance. That same sense of alertness follows them into the home environment, where they often choose to watch quietly from a distance before initiating any contact. A female cat may sit silently on the windowsill, content to simply be near you. She might not seek out your lap, but if she does approach and gently nuzzle your hand or blink slowly in your direction, it's a powerful sign of trust. These subtle moments mean far more than their frequency suggests. They're deliberate and deeply emotional. To build a bond with either gender, it's essential to understand their natural preferences. Males often appreciate hands-on attention and playful interactions. Try petting behind the ears or engaging in short, fun play sessions with toys that encourage movement and engagement. They respond well to consistency and thrive on being noticed. With females, the path is more delicate. Give them space, offer elevated perches, and allow them to come to you. Don't take distance personally. It's part of their nature. When they do choose to sit beside you or accept a gentle touch, they're letting you into their inner circle, something they don't offer lightly. By recognizing and honoring the unique emotional rhythms of male and female cats, you create a space where love isn't just expressed, it's respected. If you've ever watched your cat chase a feather toy with military precision or leap across the room like a tiny acrobat, you've seen instinct in action. But while all cats love to play, the way they play, and why, is often influenced by their sex. Male and female cats don't just engage differently, they inherited distinct behavioral patterns shaped by survival needs. Female cats tend to be deliberate and strategic. When a toy rolls across the floor, she won't always pounce immediately. She'll observe. Her eyes narrow, her body still. She waits. That moment of quiet calculation is no accident. In nature, females were the providers for their young, relying on patience and accuracy to secure food. Even in domestic life, this legacy lingers, shaping their play as a form of focused hunting rehearsal. To truly engage a female cat, offer her toys that mimic real prey, small plush mice, fluttering feather wands, or robotic critters that scurry unpredictably. She thrives on realistic scenarios that let her stalk, ambush, and capture. It's not just fun, it's exercise for her instincts, and it offers both mental and physical stimulation she craves. Male cats, however, are more about the thrill than the plan. Where a female might calculate the perfect angle, a male will launch himself headfirst into the chase. His style of play is spontaneous, energetic, and often downright chaotic. This lively behavior has deep evolutionary roots. Rather than perfecting quiet hunting techniques, males in the wild focused on defending territory, fending off rivals, and asserting dominance. Their play reflects that, more roughhousing than precision. You might see a male cat chase a paper ball with unfiltered enthusiasm, or wrestle a toy like it owes him money. These actions are more than kittenish antics. They're his version of preparing for battle. Wrestling, pouncing, and sprinting help sharpen his reflexes, burn off steam, and reinforce physical readiness, even if it's just for a playful scuffle with your sock drawer. There's another key difference: timing. Male cats are often more active after dark. It's not that they enjoy waking you at 3 a.m., though it can feel that way. It's that their wild ancestors were nighttime patrollers. Darkness was when territory was guarded, and threats were challenged. That legacy now shows up as zoomies just when you're winding down. To help manage this energy, set aside time in the evening for interactive play. Wand toys, laser pointers, or even a game of fetch with a soft toy can help him release energy and transition into rest. For females, keep mentally engaging toys available that let her hunt on her own terms. Recognizing these differences allows you to match the play experience to your cat's instincts. Whether your feline prefers stealth or mayhem, respecting their natural behavior helps you bond, reduce stress, and keep them both sharp and satisfied. One of the most misunderstood habits in cats is scent marking, especially when it involves urine. To us, it's an inconvenience. To them, it's a powerful tool for communication. And while both male and female cats can engage in this behavior, their motivations and triggers differ more than most pet owners realize. Male cats, especially those not neutered, are notorious for claiming their territory with a pungent signature. That strong-smelling spray isn't a bathroom accident. It's a bold declaration. He's saying, "This is my space," not just to your furniture, but to any cat that might wander by. This need to assert dominance and advertise availability to potential mates is hardwired into his instincts, even if he's never stepped outside your home. Fortunately, you don't have to live with a house that doubles as a feline message board. Neutering remains one of the most reliable solutions. Once hormone levels drop, most males show a dramatic reduction in marking. In fact, studies consistently show that neutered males are significantly less likely to spray. But hormonal shifts alone aren't always enough. Environmental management plays a key role. If your home has more than one cat, tension can rise quickly. Make sure each cat has their own feeding station, litter box, and sleeping area. This reduces competition and lowers the chances of one cat feeling the need to assert control through marking. Visual access to the outdoors can also trigger defensive spraying, especially if a male sees other animals outside. Covering windows with light curtains or static films can block those visual stressors, and using calming pheromone diffusers can promote a more peaceful atmosphere. Female cats, while less inclined to spray, are not entirely exempt. When a female urinates outside the litter box, it's often not about territory. It's usually about stress. Changes in routine, a new pet, a recent move, or even rearranged furniture can all trigger anxiety. Unlike males who respond to pressure with assertiveness, females often act out of a need to restore a sense of safety and familiarity. Helping a stressed female starts with consistency. Stick to a steady routine, keep her surroundings predictable, and make sure she has access to quiet hideouts and elevated resting areas. These spaces offer her control over her environment, which is exactly what she craves during moments of instability. Playing with her regularly and rewarding calm behavior builds trust and resilience. If undesirable marking continues, don't guess. Consult a veterinarian or feline behaviorist. Sometimes what appears to be emotional stress may be physical discomfort or an undiagnosed condition. Ultimately, when we understand why cats mark, we stop seeing it as bad behavior and start seeing it for what it really is: communication. And by respecting their instinctual needs while setting boundaries, we can create a home that's both emotionally balanced and bliss. Not all cats explore the world with the same courage or purpose. While curiosity is a universal feline trait, the way that curiosity unfolds depends heavily on whether your cat is male or female. Their natural roles in the wild have shaped how they perceive space, danger, and opportunity. Male cats are the adventurers. Driven by a natural urge to roam, they often seek out new places, unfamiliar scents, and unexplored paths. This behavior is closely tied to their historical role as territory claimers and mate seekers. In nature, intact males would cover long distances to expand their domain or find a partner. That boldness hasn't been erased by domestication. It's why many male cats attempt daring escapes or hover near doors, always ready to dart into the unknown. The desire to explore can lead to risky situations: cars, aggressive animals, or simply getting lost. For this reason, neutering is highly recommended. It doesn't just help with marking behavior, it also reduces the intense drive to wander far beyond the home. But even with that instinct softened, males still benefit greatly from mental and physical stimulation inside the home. Window perches, vertical spaces, and puzzle toys are excellent ways to offer adventure in a safe, controlled environment. Female cats take a more calculated route. Their approach to exploration is rooted in caution, not conquest. Rather than expanding territory, they focus on maintaining a safe and stable zone. This instinct is tied to their role as protectors, especially of young. In the wild, they couldn't afford recklessness. A mother's top priority was to defend her space and ensure that every corner of it was secure. Even in the comfort of home, this mindset persists. Females tend to patrol smaller, familiar zones and will rarely take unnecessary risks. However, there are exceptions. During heat cycles, even the most cautious female may wander outside her comfort zone in search of a mate. But once she has kittens, or in domestic life, once she's spayed, that need fades, and she often becomes more grounded in her chosen environment. To support these differing needs, pet owners can tailor the home setup accordingly. For male cats, provide movement-based enrichment: tunnels, chase toys, climbing areas. Rotate toys frequently to prevent boredom. For females, focus on comfort and control. They thrive with cozy hideouts, quiet perches, and consistent routines that give them a sense of mastery over their environment. When you align your home with your cat's natural instincts, you're not just providing entertainment, you're offering emotional security. Whether your cat prefers high-speed adventures or quiet observation, understanding what drives their exploration helps you keep them safe, fulfilled, and confident in their surroundings. Respect their boundaries, encourage their curiosity, and in return, you'll have a cat that feels truly at home, not just in your space, but in your care. Ully, odor-free. Every cat is different, but one truth remains consistent: they all need to feel safe to truly thrive. Understanding how stress affects your cat and how their sex influences their emotional response can be the key to building a calm, happy home for both of you. Female cats, by nature, value stability. Any shift in their environment, even something as minor as moving furniture, can spark anxiety. Their instincts, developed over thousands of years as solitary protectors of their young, tell them to be cautious and alert. So, when something in their space changes, they react not out of defiance, but out of self-preservation. A new pet, unfamiliar scent, or altered routine can be enough to send them into hiding or trigger defensive behaviors. In contrast, male cats tend to be more adaptable. Their social nature and tendency to seek interaction allow them to bounce back from changes more easily. While they too can experience stress, they often adjust faster, especially if their need for attention and activity is met. To support both types of personalities, consistency is key. For females, keep routines predictable. Feed them at the same times each day, avoid loud disruptions, and give them quiet places to retreat. High perches, covered beds, or small hiding spots offer a sense of control. These safe zones become emotional anchors during uncertain moments. For males, bonding time is crucial. Daily play, positive reinforcement, and physical contact, like gentle chin scratches or letting them nap against you, help reinforce emotional security. When they feel connected and engaged, their confidence grows and anxiety shrinks. But regardless of gender, the golden rule is simple. Let them lead. If a cat approaches you, welcome them warmly. If they pull away, respect the distance. Trust is built by honoring their boundaries, not by forcing interaction. Some cats crave constant companionship, others want it on their terms. Both deserve patience. Another powerful way to improve emotional balance is through spaying or neutering. These procedures do more than control the pet population. They transform behavior in ways many owners don't expect. Neutered males, for example, tend to become calmer and more content at home. Without the hormonal drive to seek a mate, they're less inclined to wander, pick fights, or mark territory with strong-smelling urine. They settle into a more relaxed, predictable rhythm of life, and your home becomes more peaceful as a result. Spayed females also benefit greatly. Without recurring heat cycles, they experience fewer hormonal spikes that can cause restlessness, excessive vocalization, or escape attempts. The result? A more serene and emotionally stable cat who feels safer staying close to home. Ultimately, sterilization makes it easier for both cats and owners to enjoy a deeper, stress-free bond. When you remove the pressures of mating instincts, what's left is a clearer path to connection, a cat that isn't just surviving in your space, but genuinely flourishing. Once a cat has been spayed or neutered, many pet owners notice something unexpected. A shift not just in behavior, but in emotional closeness. Freed from the intensity of hormonal cycles and biological drives, cats often become more relaxed, more present, and more connected to the humans in their lives. What's left, when those instincts settle, is the pure core of their personality. For male cats, this often means the emergence of a calmer, gentler side. Without the urge to mark territory or seek out mates, they're less likely to patrol obsessively, pick fights, or try to escape through the nearest door. Instead, they focus more on their surroundings, and you. Owners frequently report that their neutered males become more affectionate, more playful in a focused way, and more content staying close to home. This transformation isn't about making a cat less male. It's about allowing his true temperament to shine without the constant pressure of survival-based instincts. You'll likely see him sleeping more soundly, engaging in longer cuddle sessions, and choosing proximity over distance. That emotional shift creates the opportunity for deeper bonding. Spayed females undergo a similar transition, though it may manifest differently. The absence of heat cycles not only reduces vocalization and escape behaviors, but also relieves the emotional roller coaster that comes with fluctuating hormones. Many female cats become more predictable in their routines and more open to affection, on their terms. It's important to understand that affection looks different for every cat. Some will jump on your lap and nuzzle your chin. Others will simply curl up beside you or offer a soft blink across the room. In feline language, both are powerful displays of trust. Post-sterilization, you may notice your cat exploring new ways of interacting. With the tension of mating behavior gone, more mental energy is freed up for play, curiosity, and connection. Use this time to deepen your relationship. Create new routines together. A regular brushing session, a daily window watching break, or evening playtime with their favorite toy. These moments don't just enrich their lives, they anchor them emotionally. Of course, no two cats are exactly alike. While spaying and neutering often bring behavioral benefits, your cat's personality will still be uniquely theirs. Some will always be more independent, others more needy. The goal isn't to change who they are, it's to remove the stressors that keep them from showing their best selves. If you live in a multi-cat household, sterilization becomes even more important. It reduces the competitive tension that can lead to fights or territory disputes. With mating behaviors removed from the equation, many cats coexist more peacefully. That said, the need for individualized spaces remains. Cats, especially females, still value control over their environment. Maintain separate feeding areas, litter boxes, and resting spots whenever possible. In addition to changes in behavior, spaying and neutering also lead to notable health advantages. For males, neutering lowers the risk of testicular cancer and certain prostate issues. For females, spaying nearly eliminates the chance of uterine infections and drastically reduces the risk of mammary tumors, especially when done before the first heat. While the decision to sterilize a pet can feel big, the long-term benefits, for both cat and human, are undeniable. A healthier, calmer, more emotionally balanced companion is not just easier to care for, they're also more likely to live a longer, happier life. As your cat adjusts to these changes, keep an eye out for new patterns. A once restless male may now enjoy long naps in sunny spots. A previously aloof female might start joining you more often, even if just to sit quietly nearby. These subtle shifts are signs of deeper comfort and a bond that's growing stronger with time. Cats are complex, emotionally rich animals. Their behavior is never random. Every reaction, every preference, every small gesture is rooted in something deeper: instinct, experience, memory, or emotion. When we take the time to understand these layers, especially the differences between male and female behavior, we become better guardians, better observers, and ultimately, better companions. The truth is, your cat isn't just living in your home. They're sharing their world with you. And that world, though silent to us in many ways, speaks volumes through body language, behavior, and rhythm. When we learn to listen, not with our ears but with our attention, we open the door to connection. So whether your feline is a bold explorer or a shy observer, a vocal lap cat or an independent spirit, your job is not to mold them into your expectations, but to provide an environment where they can be exactly who they are, comfortably and safely. That includes recognizing the impact of hormones, the importance of boundaries, and the powerful potential of trust. In the end, understanding your cat means accepting that love doesn't always look the same. It's not about how often they cuddle or how loudly they purr. It's in the way they choose to stay near, the way they blink when you speak, the quiet consistency of their presence. Respect that, and you'll discover something remarkable. The deeper you understand your cat, the more they will let you into their world. If this video helped you understand your cat better, make sure to give it a like. It really supports the channel and helps more cat lovers find this content. And if you're not subscribed yet, now is the perfect time. We share practical, science-based tips to help you build a stronger bond with your feline companion. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos.